really proud to be associated with all of you. Thank you very much. I'd like to turn the program over now to our former director and Associate Commissioner, Eddie Hieronymus.
Thanks, Ed. You're a tough act to follow. I'm delighted to be here. As some of you may remember, about 2 years ago, just a little over 2 years ago, we performed this ceremony for the first time. Neither Bill or myself or the initial director, John E. Stewart, were, to my knowledge, sworn in, technically sworn in, as directors of this facility. But we've done this in the districts for so many years and in our service centers that it dawned on me that this particular position deserves that same kind of recognition. And so we elected to perform the ceremony with Mr. Wenzel, and I'm pleased to be here today to perform it again for Mr. Stalcup. I'm also just delighted to be back. I had a beautiful drive out. In fact, stopped in Charlestown and had breakfast and almost stopped at the overlook coming over the mountain. It was so beautiful. Having made that trip a couple of times a week for about 10 years, brought back a lot of memories. So I envy you folks. I'm like Ed, I'm going to get back out here and look at the master file more often. It's really something to behold. By the way, I did observe as we toured around that the tape library has grown considerably. In fact, the whole organization and the whole facility has grown significantly since I left. I just want you to know that a lot of that growth didn't happen on my watch. I left here, we had 82,000 reels of tape, and I said we'd never get above 90,000. That we'd figure out some way to do it another way rather than use more magnetic tape. And I learned today that you're probably going to hit 300,000 very shortly. I guess we just have to do something about that, or this building is going to have some rubber walls installed. It's just amazing what's happened over the years. But we continue to rely on NCC. We continue to put systems in here. We have, I think, one of every kind of computer that's installed in the revenue here in this building. And there's good reason for that, because of the excellent support that this facility and all of you folks have given us to the tax system, as well as to the operational tax system, as well as the important testing that goes on here in preparation for the coming season. We've had a couple of, or at least one questionable year, but thanks to you and all of the centers working together, hand in glove, last year we had one of the best filing seasons that I can remember. And I do remember a few of them. So I congratulate you on the fine work you're doing. You have a reputation for adapting to change, and as I'm sure many folks have told you, that change will probably continue. There are some things that we're thinking about as far as a redesign that will again cause us to look at what we're doing and probably do things a little bit differently. But the responsiveness and the attitude of this organization, we don't have to worry about calling you up on Friday and say, guess what, we got another computer on the way, it'll be in on Monday, because we know you can take care of it. So again, I want to take this opportunity, and I don't take it often enough, to really thank the center for the fine work and for contributing to the extremely successful filing season last year. Someone mentioned that they hadn't seen my name in the paper this year. And believe me, that's a plus, because if it had been in one more time, I think Mr. Gibbs would have probably found someone else to be Associate Commissioner for Data Processing. But we did have a good year, and I thank you for it. Enough said. The formal part of the program is about to begin. Clovahan, if you'll step forward, and Steve, if you'll step forward, I'd like very much to perform this swearing in. If you'll hold the Bible. Steve, you'll raise your right hand and follow after me, if you will. I, Steve Stalcup.
I, Stephen J. Stalcup.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
that I take this... Could you run that by me one more time?
That I take this obligation freely
That I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or
Without-
purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God.
on the office about which I am to enter, so help me God.
Congratulations, Director.
Thank you very much, sir. So I don't have a very good memory. Sometimes overtaken by the emotion of the moment, you don't perform as well as you'd like. But I hope in the long run, I'll meet your expectations as well as my own. One thing I would like to say, and it's really kind of piggybacking on all that you've heard here this morning, is that this organization has a reputation for quality in performance and execution of its duties. It's the linchpin of the data processing system of the Internal Revenue Service. And that didn't just happen by accident. It happened because of the commitment to excellence on the part of you and all of those who've gone before you in this organization. And no small part of that has been due to the commitment of three gentlemen who are up here today, who are former directors of this organization, who guided it through some very difficult times and brought it to the state of excellence at which we now stand. The challenges of the future are those which we'll share together, and I think they're going to be significant because this organization is facing a time of adjustment. And I think it's very appropriate that this time of adjustment, moving toward the tax system redesign, which will change the role and character not only of this organization but much of Internal Revenue, should happen at a time when the National Computer Center is coming upon its 25th birthday. For those of you who weren't around and who aren't aware of it, November the 6th of this year marks the 25th anniversary of the dedication of this facility. And I think that's a significant accomplishment and achievement for any federal installation to be in place performing basically the same mission with more effectiveness than ever over that period of time. Hopefully we can find together some appropriate way to commemorate that particular event and use that as a base point for starting to the future and the role that NCC will have in that future, and it will be a significant one. The fact that the service may be taking a different tack on processing of the tax information that we receive from taxpayers and the various ways we will get it due to the state-of-the-art means in which people can now communicate with us, means that the Computer Center will have a new, expanded, and even more exciting role. I look forward to sharing that with you. I'm very happy to be here, and I hope to have the opportunity to meet all of you personally sometime in the next few months. Thank you very much.
Again, I'd like to thank all of you for attending. There will be some light refreshments over in the Learning Lab across the hall. You guys can go up the front door.
Congratulations again. I knew I should have put a comma there. I could appreciate that.